if I had to eat food from a beer garden versus a British pub, okay, that's really controversial. I'm not going to answer that, but I would choose a beer garden. Hi guys, it's Daisy. Welcome back to Expat Life in Germany. I keep forgetting the name of this channel because I've changed it a million times, but this one is sticking, hopefully. But hey, welcome. My name is Daisy. If you're new here, I like to make videos about my life here in Germany. I've been living here for a year, and yeah, I like to share my experiences with you to help those who are thinking of moving here or just are curious about life in Germany through the eyes of a foreigner. If that sounds interesting to you, I would love it if you consider subscribing, and let's get into this video. So it's been a year now since I moved to Germany, and during this time I've made some very interesting observations and had some very interesting experiences, to say the least, which I'm going to share with you today, guys. So some of them were very shocking, and yeah, so I'm going to be speaking today in the perspective of someone who has come from the UK and is now living in Germany, so keep that in mind. So the first thing that I was confronted with moving to this country, starting a new job, I need to get paid and my money needs to go somewhere. Opening a bank account. This is a whole topic on its own, but for me the biggest thing that really shocked me was the fact that banks here are not free. Bruh. Like, what? You guys, I'm coming from the UK where banks will literally give you money to sign up to join their building societies, whereas here, no, you have to pay for the service. It's not free. So for me, that was really a big shocker. I mean, like, it's not so much money. I'll give you an example for my bank account. I bank with Deutsche Bank, and I pay like 20 euros on a quarterly basis just to maintain my account. And this is just a regular current account. There's really nothing special about it. I don't get any special perks with it or anything like that. It's just a basic bank account. So that was different, for sure. And another interesting fact for you guys is savings accounts here in Germany have a negative interest. I don't understand. Like, come on. When you're opening a savings account in the UK, you're not really expecting to make a lot of money from it, but at least you would expect that the value that you put in there will still be in there. But no, here in Germany, if you put your money into a savings account, expect to not have the same amount you put in there still there, basically. And that brings me to my next point, which in hindsight really makes sense because of the first point. So in Germany, maybe I should say specifically for Bavaria or Munich, is cash is king. You can't really walk around with your debit card and expect that you'll be able to pay for everything. No, that's really not the case. Really, in most cases, in a lot of bakeries, in some stores, in a lot of places, pretty much, like, if you don't have cash, you're gonna suffer a lot because they won't take card. That's just how it is. And when you remember my first point, that when you put money into a bank account, you're going to be charged for it to a certain extent, it really makes sense why a lot of places are like, no, just give us the cash, I'll keep my money, you know. So that was really different for me because I'm used to almost living in a cashless society in the UK where you can pretty much go anywhere and not really need paper. So that was yeah, that was different. But anyway, we move. So the next point is actually for all of you single people who are thinking of moving to Germany and potentially finding a partner here. Well, I'll tell you a little story. So sometimes I like wearing costume jewelry, and usually when I do, I wear it on my right hand, because in the UK, if you wear a ring on the left hand, that's where you would normally wear your engagement ring or your wedding ring. So just not to mix things up, I always wear my rings on the right hand. Usually when I'm going to work, I wouldn't wear it. However, that day I decided, you know what? I don't know, I feel like wearing something sparkly. So I did on my right hand, this finger to be precise. And then I remember having a conversation that day with one of my colleagues, and he really, a guy by the way, and he really wouldn't lift his head away. He just kept looking at my hand, and I started to get self-conscious about my hand, like, what is wrong with it? And I could tell that he was really curious and a little bit like confused because obviously normally I'm not wearing anything and then suddenly I'm wearing a ring. So, but then he didn't ask me anything. So after work, I came back home and then I asked someone German who I know, and I was like, oh, one of my colleagues was really staring at my hand like the whole entire time. And he was like, oh, did you know that in Germany, when you wear your ring, people wear their ring on the right hand? I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. He was horribly confused, like this girl just came here yesterday and she's already married again, like, well, what's going on? But anyway, now I know. So if you're hoping to come to Germany to meet your future spouse, then make sure you wear any costume jewelry not on the right hand but on the left hand. So the next point naturally has to be about food. Oh my gosh, you guys, food here is perfectly seasoned. Yeah, I mean, like, if you're a person who really likes seasoned food, well seasoned food, which is not dry, Germany is the place for you. The food here is really good. So while we're still on the topic of food and restaurants, one of the lessons I quickly learned, I think this was literally on my first day or second day, the first day I think it was that when you order water in Germany versus when you order water in the UK, you're gonna get two completely different things. Why is that, Daisy? Tell us. So most people in Germany prefer to drink sparkling water. So naturally, this is also translated into the restaurant. So when you go to a restaurant and you ask for water, they're gonna bring you sparkling water, unless you specify that you want water without gas. Whereas in the UK, the general population, the general consensus is that still water is the way to go. So when you do order water in a British restaurant, they're going to bring you plain water unless you say you want it sparkling. So when you do come to Germany and you want water without gas, make sure you do specify that either in English, and if they don't understand English, learn these two words: ohne Kohlensäure. Ohne Kohlensäure. I had to learn that really quickly because sparkling water and me are not friends. So the last point for this video, which if you have already seen my last video about getting an apartment in Germany, was the fact that if you're moving to an apartment here in Germany, it is normal to bring your own kitchen. Like the full kitchen cabinets, like the whole shebang, the stove, everything, like the whole built-in thing, you need all of it, basically. And that still, yeah, I don't know if I'll ever really get over that because that's really not a thing in England, at least not that I've ever heard of. That's the beauty of moving to a different country and experiencing different things. It really opens up your mind. I think it would be boring if I moved to Germany and everything was samey. So I just really appreciate the beauty and all the differences that I get to experience here. And I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye.